Kia ora everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have my plans for May's colouring. Now, I already know I have pulled out way too many pages. I can do a lot of colouring, and even I recognise that this is a ridiculous file. So, the chances of me completing everything I've pulled out are minimal at best. But I really like everything I've pulled, so, view this more of a wish list or a shopping list rather than a specific, you're going to do this page. However, if you see something in this suggestion pile list, you're like, I really want to see that coloured, let me know, because that will push me to do it a little bit more over some of the other pages. As I said, I've pulled out a lot, because of course the month of May is Mermay. I am a water baby. I love my water creatures. I love sea life. And so I have pulled a ton of ocean related pages. Not just mermaids, but also ocean, water. Just a bunch of pages that I really love and I'm really excited to hopefully colour in. So we're going to start with the ones that I either have a buddy colour for or like I've definitely worked out I'm doing. So a book that I haven't actually pulled out for a long time, Mythomorphia, and as you can see my book is at the point where it has officially completely split. So I tried to put a binder clip around here, but it's not, the binder clip isn't actually thick enough, so yeah, I'm just using a hair tie at the moment to try and keep it together. But I have a buddy colour in here planned, and it is the Hippocampus and Leocampus page. This spread is one that I adore and I've been waiting to do. I want to do it similar to, through the back of the book, to my Mer People page spread, where I pulled out the gesso and the acrylic inks and played around with wet media. So I think I want to use the same technique, which means I do need to gesso the page and prep the page. But I really love how these two turned out when I did that technique. So I want to use a similar style here for these pages. Now, per my own rules of trying to reduce my work in progress pages list, I should be working on my two whips in here first. I have two whips. I have a kitsune, nine-tailed fox that you can see I've just done a little bit of the background of. And then I have my tie-dye rainbow unicorn page. It's a lot, especially with everything else I've pulled, to also finish these pages to do the buddy colour page. So I'm making myself a deal that I need to finish this spread, which it is very close to being finished. It really hasn't got a lot left for me to do. So I need to finish this page, and once I've finished this page, I can also give myself permission per se to do the Hippocampus Leocampus page, because this one really won't take me long to finish. If perchance we also get to the Kitsune page, that's a bonus, but that one's not as prevalent this month. That being said, considering the fact that this book is now completely split, I think I do need to focus on finishing this book, because I would really like to get it rebound, and I don't want to get it bound until I've completed the book. So yeah, but that is Kirby Rosanis' Mythomorphia. So that is the first buddy colour. I should actually mention who my buddy colour is with. So sorry, I'm not even very organised today. I should have my list out in front of me too. I didn't even write who it's with. Oh my goodness. Give me 2 seconds. It's on Instagram. I know that much. I am so professional. It is Mindful Grift, Cindy. Fantastic. Alright, the second buddy colour I have, which is with Emily of E-Art Studios, I can't actually physically show you. And the reason for that is we are buddying in Fantasy Nouveau by Herb Lenhard. I have the digital copy of the book, but I have not printed this book yet, so I have to go and actually print the book. And we're still to choose which specific page that we're going to do, but we did discuss last month doing this. I will probably have to go and double check with Emily that they still have room for this buddy colour this month, but yeah, that'll be cool because that's another untouched book for me. And with everything else I'm doing this month, it's quite nice to have something that isn't water related. But yeah, I don't have the book, so I can't show you anything about it, sorry. So the third one I have is another Kirby Rosanis. And this is in Mythic World. And it is, of course, the siren here. It is a perfect page for Mermay. And this one's actually a group buddy colour with Colouring Bumblebee, Colouring Mum, E-Art Studios, Dabbler D, and myself. So we are all going to be working on this page, and I've only done one other page in Mythic World, so I'm quite looking forward to going back to Mythic World and doing another page in here. As you can see, I've already got a lot of Kirby's on the book. And then the final group buddy colour per se is Alien Worlds. So this is a group collective project book that Happy Catastrophe Candace set up a group for. I am loving this book, and in the month of April I managed to get a couple of pages done in here, which I'll show you in my monthly wrap up. But yeah, I would be up to, and to anyone in the group who doesn't want to see ahead, close your eyes now. The next one that I would be up to is this creature here, and I do have an idea, so I would like to carry on. However, I am kinda ahead of a lot of the people in the group because I actually have multiple pages completed in this book already before joining the group, including the entire next planet. These are the last 2 pages of the Lost Planet, and then I plan to go back to the start and work my way from the start to catch up with the where I started in the Lost Planet, because I did start part way through. And then once that's done, I will literally have the intro, the Lost Planet, and the second planet entirely completed. So yeah, it'll be quite a jump. So there's not really any pressure to get to this one this month, but I just love Alien Worlds so much, and I'm so excited to be in a group that loves Alien Worlds as much as me, and I'm having such a blast. I cannot wait to show you my completed pages, what I completed this month, because I am loving it. So probably my addiction to this book will make me want to come back and work more on this book, even if it's not necessarily and not mermaid related. And then the other book is my own little personal project. I recently got 30 Days of Creativity, and I am planning to work this book back to front, and I've got some ideas of using some scrapbooking techniques and different bits and pieces and just making it more art journaling and just kind of having fun with approaching a book. I don't have issues with colouring every day, which is kind of what this book is meant to be about. For me, it's more about the fun of being able to customize and just interpret, draw things, colour things. So yeah, so I am working back to front, so I'm up to the book belongs to page. Ignore that was completed this month. It's not the greatest work, but it did what it needed to at the time. So yeah, I would like to at least complete one page in here, if not some more. So yeah, that is everything that's like a buddy colour, group colour, or my project book. And then we get into the pages that I've picked out. So the first one I've picked out is in the Junimo colouring book. This book has a flip through on my channel. It is the Stardew Valley official colouring book. And of course, being Mermay, I thought nothing would be more appropriate than colouring the Festival of the Moonlight Jellies page. I love the Moonlight Jellies. I love them so much. And this page is adorable, and it's, as soon as I saw it, I knew I wanted to do this page. So I love jellyfish. I love the glow effects. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. Plus, it's quite a small, simple one. So with some of the other more complicated pages I've chosen this month, it's quite nice to have a few simpler options. Plus, untouched book. And then I have Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett. Now, I would love to have the Mermaids in Paradise Denise Klett. However, I was watching Disney Meg's colouring last night, and she mentioned that the book is no longer in production, and that will be why I'm having issues finding it. And I'm absolutely gutted, because out of all of Denise Klett's books, that's the one I really wanted and I have not been able to find. I have got fairies and I have got gnomes, but I have not been able to find mermaids, and I'm gutted. However, there is a gorgeous mermaids page in here, and I absolutely love it. So I really would like to get to this one. I can see lots of really wonderful bright colours. Of course, this is a single-sided book, so extra bonuses in there because I can use all sorts of media. So because I don't have the Mermaids in Paradise, well, we'll work in Gnomes in the Neighbourhood. And this is an untouched book for me, so that will also be, I'm pretty sure it's untouched. Yeah, it is. So yeah, that will be excellent to work in that one. I have two mythographics that I would like to work in. These are the last two mythographics on my shelf that are currently untouched. So it would be nice to have all my mythographics coloured in. And of course, they're gorgeous pages and I love mythographic. So the first one is Avery by Joseph Cadenbang, which, being that we're mermaids, you might think, how are you going to find anything mermaid related in Avery? There's actually two pages that would be appropriate. There is like a mer turtle page, which I looked at and was like, oh, that's cool. There it is there. So you could actually use this one. They've got like turtles with wings. I mean, not mer turtles. I don't know why I said mer turtles, but you know, they're turtles, so they're water related, but they've also got wings, which is how they go into the Avery field. But then we have this one here. So we have this gorgeous water bird. So again, it's not like specifically mermaid related, but it does relate to that water element. And of course, it's being created from a paintbrush. And I just saw this and was like, you know, this kind of works in my brain. It might be a stretch by some people, but I know how many mermaids I've got coming up. So it's nice to have some things that relate, but aren't specifically just another mermaid. So that's where this one comes in. So yes, Avery by Joseph Cadenbang. And then the other one is Dreamweaver by Alessandra Fusi. Now there's two pages that you can see marked in here. There is one that is very specifically mermaid, which is this one here. This gorgeous mermaid in a jar with, you know, shells, like your very classic mermaid. So that would be a really obvious choice for mermaid. But then I also saw this one where you have this water goddess and there's lots of icicles and sea creatures. And it's like, ooh, an icy mermaid? Like, I don't know, something about this one is calling out to me. So I think I might be leaning towards this one more and doing her as sort of blues and icy. And I don't know, something about this one is singing out to me. So this one may be what I go for, even though there is a more classic mermaid representation in here too. Princesses and Fairies by Tomoko Tashiro. I don't know. I love the page, but dear God, this one will be a commitment. Yeah, there is a lot of fine detail on this page. This is the Little Mermaid page, and I love the representation. I love the sea hag. I love all the eels. I can see this, but I can also see how much work this one's going to be. So there is a lot of really fine details here, and it's going to be a lot. So yeah, but I love it, and I haven't worked in this one. Again, this will be an unworked book, so yeah. But that is Princesses and Fairies by Tomoko Tashiro. Crystal Colouring by Kate O'Hara. So we have another very classic mermaid page here, which is the Aquamarine page. This is like got a really interesting graphic style, so I feel like this one would be quite good to do in some alcohol markers and could be really fun to play around with some bright colours and bits and pieces. And of course we get to colour some aquamarine stone, which is somewhere on here. There. So lots of beautiful blues. So it's Crystal Colouring by Kate O'Hara. And then we have Luna by Stratton Peterson. Also untouched, same as Crystal Colouring. And of course we have the Moonstruck Mermaid, which this page is gorgeous. Again, a lot of finicky detail around the borders, but I do love the way that she's just so peaceful and calm. And all I can see with this black background is adding in some Mod Podge Extreme Glitter and just making it like a beautiful sparkling sky. Maybe even make like a sparkling ocean. Lots of rich deep blues and dark, and having quite a night themed mermaid I think could be really fun. And I've already seen on Instagram that there is a hashtag, I cannot remember, and if I can find where I saved the post to, I'll put it down below, where there's like different themed mermaids for each week of the month. So there's like a rainbow haired one, and I'm pretty sure there's like a dark one as well. I saved it for inspiration anyway because it's like pretty. So yeah, I think that would work well for one of those posts. And again, untouched book. I tried to like, because there's more I could have pulled, so I tried to put preference on books that I haven't touched, just to keep working on that goal. Fantasy Dolls by Yana Prozovana. This was an impulse buy a long time ago, and it is the grayscale version, and I've never worked in here because I wasn't really sure how to tackle something with such light grayscale. I think maybe pulling out some watercolors might be the best way to go here. But yeah, we have this page here. So I think that will be fun to play around with. But yeah, I think like watercolors or something very translucent is going to be our best bet here. The next one that I have is Selena Fenwick's Mermaids Collection. Now I have both the line and the grayscale version of this book. However, in April, I did actually work in the grayscale version, and I really enjoyed it. So there's a chance I'll pull out the grayscale version. I feel like the paper's different in my grayscale version versus this line one. But I have a page picked. You'll see these two tags in here, and that is because this book actually repeats images, so I tagged both halves. And the reason for that is I have two pages in here, as you'll see, where I've tried different media and I haven't quite worked out how to colour in this book yet. So I have the first half, which is really just my tester that I'm trying out, and then I have the second one, which will be the actual page. And I think this is a really gorgeous page that I'm really looking forward to hopefully figuring out how to colour in here and do this page. We have the Mermaid Special by Colouring Heaven. Now, I have worked in this book. However, this book has Mariola Budek, and I love Mariola Budek's work. So I have two more in here that I have not worked, and you can see the two I have worked. So I really would love to colour one of these. I love Mariola Budek's work. I really should get her Mermaids pack because I think her work is gorgeous. And then I did actually mark another one in here as well. There's also some Selena Fenwick in here too. but I marked this one by Mystic Art Mirrors. I just thought it was really cool. So yeah, this one might also as well. I can see myself working with some alcohol markers and just working quite simply on this one. Again, I've got a lot of complicated pages chosen, so it's nice to have some simpler stuff in there as well. So that's the Mermaid Special. And then I have the Steampunk Animals collection. Now this one here is by Fabiana Trey? I don't know. But I love this page. I love this little octopus, and I really would like to colour this one as well. Again, I can see it is kind of a more simple image. It's still going to have a bit of complicated, especially with the metal, but I think it'd be really fun. So yeah, I'd like to work in that. And this is another untouched book. So of course, untouched books. I have Sea Life, another Colouring Heaven collection. And this one actually has pages by Rita Berman. Now, I do not own a single Rita Berman book. I have not been able to find a way to get them to me without paying exorbitant prices for shipping. So yeah, I've never coloured a Rita Berman, but I've always loved this artistic squid. So I have this page marked because I would really love to work on this one. Again, it's not necessarily a mermaid, but it is ocean related, and that's kind of how I tackle this month. Because I can't just colour mermaids, I would get really bored, but I do love sea life. I also have this Hawksbill Sea Turtle by Tim Jeff Smart, which is a grayscale page, and I really love this as well. And again, in April, you'll see in my completed pages video, I coloured grayscale for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. So I think this one would be a really lovely one to pull out, and again, it would be quite simple. I can just use some alcohol markers for the actual turtle and some watercolor for the background. So it's a simple page as well, but I think it'll be really effective. So that is Sea Life Colouring Heaven collection. We're still going. We have the Colouring Heaven collection Tattoos, another unworked one. And I have this page chosen by Hannah Lynn. So I have not coloured a lot of Hannah Lynn. I'm not a big fan of how her eyes look and her line style. However, I find this one quite cute. And I've got an idea of a couple of things I might try to do to see if I like it. But also, if I just want a quick colouring, this could be a quick colouring. There's also quite a few mermaid related pages in here, so I could change my mind, but something about this one really captured me, so I did actually mark that one to work in. And this is another untouched book. And then the final Colouring Heaven, but not the final book I've chosen, is Colouring Heaven Element Special. So these are designs by Anne Stokes. I love this issue so much, I actually went and brought the Anne Stokes colouring book, which I have worked in. And I do prefer that one because it is bigger. But I'd still like to work in this one. And I did find this one. So, of course, it is broken up by elements. So there is quite a few water elements. And you've got your traditional mermaids in there. But I really loved this one with the water dragon as well. So, again, colouring her mermaid colours. Like, you can't see her tail. But for me, I could see this still being a mermaid or water goddess or water sprite. I can still see it tying in, and I can see doing some sort of beautiful sunset background. I've got ideas. I can see this one being quite cool. So yeah, I really like this one. So that is the Element Special by Colouring Heaven, also untouched. Vertical Worlds. This is by Abi Daka. This was a second-hand purchase that I grabbed. And this one, some people are going to be like, what? We have the Vertical Aquarium. Now, this one looks really complicated. And it is a complicated page. I'm going to have difficulty getting this in. There is a lot of tiny detail on this page. However, I looked at this page and I realized that if I used Distress ink to colour in the water and do my splatter effects, and fine liners for all the tiny details, and maybe some prismas for the bigger elements as well, that would actually speed up a lot of this page. It's tiny details, but with fine liners and Distress ink, a lot of this will actually go really quickly. So I do think this is quite an achievable page to do. And again, it's not mermaids, but it is water related. So I feel okay including this in. And if I really wanted to, I could also draw a little secret mermaid in one of these aquarium tanks, because I think that would be fun. So yeah, Vertical Worlds by R.B. Darker, another untouched book for me. I have 2 books here that are PDF books that I've printed. So the first one is Botanical Beasts by Jessica Feinberg. Jessica C. Feinberg, or Rare Dragons on Twitch. And these ones, so I actually printed these ones 2 to a page. So they're slightly smaller pages, but they are really fun, quick little pages to do. So I would really like to do this little mermaid siren lady here. I think there may also be a couple of other ones in here. There's just all sorts of mythological beasts in here. It's really gorgeous. And I have a lot of fun working on these ones. And they're relatively quick as well. So they're just good little ones to do. But that's the one I did pick out for this month. And then we have the Mystical Lands Chronicles, Secrets of the Crystal Sea by Karen E. Myers. So this one, oh my goodness. I did pick out the Merfolk and Friends page. There are several pages in here that would work, but I like this one because, of course, this sea dragon, and it also had a merman in there, so I was like, okay, that one's quite cool. And again, I can see doing some sort of watercolory background could be quite fun. A lot of fine details on this one, but I have an idea, and again, I might pull out some fine liners for some of the really tiny stuff. I think it's going to be fun. And then the last one, the one that really proved to me that I was being absolutely ridiculous this month, is the Day at the Aquarium giant colouring poster. Now, I can't pull this one and show you this full thing, because this is 44 inches by 33 inches, or 111 centimetres by 83 centimetres. Like, this is a metre wide poster. This is huge. This is absolutely ridiculously huge. However, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I would love to work on this. I think I did pop this one open because I was looking at the paper and stuff. So it comes folded up. Like, it's absolutely massive in terms of its size. It is on pretty reasonable paper. Like, it's going to handle alcohol mark as well, which is probably what I would do for it. Likelihood of completing this? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, a girl can dream, you know? A girl can dream. And I freaking love it. It's so cute. So I would love to also do this one. So yeah, that is all my ridiculous plans for May. It's a lot, I know. I am curious to see how far I get. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Let me know what pages you would love to see done. What are you up to in May? Are you someone who does a lot of mermaid? Also, there is a mermaid on here, so this counts. Or are you someone who avoids mermaids and just colours what they like? I get the feeling I'm probably, like, I love water, but I also know me, and I'm going to need to do more than just mermaids, which is why I've also done ocean-related pages. Yeah, let me know down below. I hope you're all doing well. Happy colouring to you all, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!